Language skills are typically divided into two main categories: active and passive. Active skills are the ones that involve the active production of language. These are, in consequence, speaking and writing, while passive skills refer to the mainly passive action of receiving said information, which are listening and reading. This does not mean, though, that they're mutually exclusive. The previously noted categorization points to a far more generalized idea. And for the sake of this lesson, we will focus on the active component in reading. Think about it this way. While having a conversation with someone, you're not just passively listening to what they're saying. You're processing the information, relating it with previous knowledge or experience, thinking about a possible response, and many other things. You're engaged, usually, when listening to someone. You're being on some level active. Same thing with reading. But this gets a little bit trickier. When thinking about reading, you don't feel like it's necessarily a conversation. It's more analogically comparable to a lecture, where you just sit there and take in the information as it's presented. But like when you're listening to a lecture, while reading a paper, essay, novel, or any sort of text for a class, you can't just passively let the words pass through you. In order to truly understand the text, you need to do something called active reading. So, how do we achieve this? Active reading simply means that you have to be critical and reflective of the information that is being presented to you. A good way to work on this is to begin to ask yourself WH questions. Asking for information about something, asking for a reason, asking why, making a suggestion, or asking about matter, quality, condition. When reading a text, you need to be constantly conversing with it. Ask it questions, answer them, think ahead of time, make assumptions of where it could go, and depending on the outcome, think of more questions and their possible answers. How did it reach a certain conclusion? Why did the author come up with X conclusion instead of Z? How can this relate or contradict some of the other pieces you've read before? There's a world of questions you can come up with when faced with a text, but what is most important about these strategies is that they'll help you better understand what you know and what you don't know in regards to the information presented within a certain academic text, and that is extremely important now that you're going to start your first year in college.